I am on a path of discovery. I'm investigating the issues with my Alpine deck. I've already uploaded a video onto YouTube about the issues that I thought might be what's going on here. However, I am on a path of discovery and I'm finding out all of the answers. It seems like to my questions already. There's a series of events I gotta go through here to get to this page. All right, I am looking at the back. Okay, the back of the I want to draw your attention to this detail right here. 26 and also 21. 21 it says CD changer sold separately. You might as well take a look at that Bluetooth adapter, the PXA-H100BT. That plugs into 22. So you see 21, you see 22. 23 is the USB connector. And this detail right here, 26. Okay, just a quick point of interest. So you see the little star, the asterisk? Let's take a look down here what it says. It says to set the system switch to norm when only a charge changer is connected. When the AI net compatible equalizer is not used. Okay, read that one again. When the AI net compatible equalizer is not used. Okay? When the imprint audio processor is connected, set EQ div position. Okay, EQ div position. Where is that? That is it. They've got it pointing at the bottom of the head unit. Hence why I have it turned upside down, because I was looking at the back here. There was no switches saying that. I had to take a really close look at the back of this to find where they're talking about these switches. And I finally found it. There's one switch here. They say switches. And I found this switch right here. Get a little more light on it. But yeah, there's the switch. And currently, I believe it's set to norm. And the other side says, well, let's get the focus going here. Oh yeah, there we go. I like that. Okay, so the norm and the EQ is, or whatever, it's set to norm. That's one of the two switches. They said there was two switches. So again, I scanned over this deck, and sure enough, there's a second one over here. And it also is set to norm. And the other side says EQ division. So I'm going to have to take this switch here and go from the normal to the EQ, and then over here from the normal to the EQ. And the second thing that I noticed here on my imprint was I have the AI net cable plugged in here, where I believe it's supposed to go to the head unit, right? Which is where I've got it plugged in currently here. It's plugged into the back of the head unit. But I think I'm supposed to plug this plug into here. see if I can do that right now. Okay, there, it's connected. Feels connected, yes. And another point of interest. So now that I've seemingly got that connected properly with my power, and there's these cables now. Another point of interest over here. Still working on my deck, trying to figure out what's going on. Oh my goodness, this Windows 11 drives me bonkers. There's 1, 2, 3 keystrokes. Okay, so 14, 15, and 13. 13 you can't see, but it goes to the subwoofer. They have that as an output to connect to amplifiers. So the 13, 14, 15 cable is plugged into the back at 25. I know I told you I wanted to take a look at 23, 22, and 26. We just looked at 26, but I want to show you 22 and 21 in a minute here. But take note of the location of this one here, 25. So 25 is this location right here. And this is that cable that you just saw. That's the subwoofer. That's 13, 14, and 15. Oh, sorry, I got it backwards. There's the subwoofer. So that 13, 14, and 15. Right? This plugs into the back of here. This plugs into the back of here. Make sure I got the correct orientation. That's plugged in now. And let's take a look at that detail. I want to show you 25. Okay, so here it says 25, system switch. When connecting an imprint audio processor, like the one I have, or a divider, whatever that is, using the AI-Net feature, please place the two switches in the EQ division position. When no device is connected, leave the switches in the norm position. Okay, well, since I have the AI processor connected, I'm going to be switching those switches, right? Other issues here is 25, okay? It says RCA output/input connector. And the 24 is the auxiliary in-out connector. I want to highlight that again. Output, input, output, input, output, input, okay? RCA output, input connector. The auxiliary in and out connector, it's the same thing, except this one has a video lead connected to it, so you can add video signal to your in and out. So it's a pass-through, basically. This here is a pass-through, which is what I was anticipating with the 25 here, with the imprint audio processor connected through that AI cable. I assumed that was in and out. I didn't realize that we need to create a loop here to go from the head unit to the imprint, back to the head unit, out to the speakers, because this is your equalizer. It's basically a pass-through circuit. Like the video that's not plugged in, but there's a video cable much like this one, except it has an extra lead for the video, the yellow lead for the video. And I'm not using it for video output. I have my video signal here. However, I might consider using that for another video feed. Anyways, so in conclusion, what are we doing here? Well, let's see if I can figure this out. I couldn't add, this is why I didn't do this, because there was, and I don't remember doing this. This was my issue here. So let's take another look at some pictures that I have of the previous installation. Okay, so in the previous installation here, I have the imprint wire here. That's the imprint wire there, wrapping around, and you can see it's connected right there. It says to head unit. Right there, it comes out and that goes back to the head unit, which is over here. And then on this side right here, there's the cable that's connected to, I want to say that's connected to the back of the head unit, but I don't recognize, I recognize these clear coated RCA cables that came with the Alpine, but these are not sleeved in the same way. This one I know for sure is going to the subwoofer, so I know that this one is the front, and this says rear out here. That's what that one is. It says rear out. Okay, so that's going to be the front out. So this is the in and out, the output of the, yeah, this is the output, right? Okay, so that matches up with what's going on. The that one goes to the subwoofer. So these outputs here, it says 2 head units. So to me, it looks like that's the output, but in fact, this is probably the input. This is the output that loops back around to this here, which is just an input output. They didn't tag this as input or output because this is an input and output like I've already described to you a couple of times. Okay, now the switch here, let's see if I can use my SIM card key tool to move that switch over. If I can do it without my fingers in the way. There. That switched over. Same with this one. Let's get that one switched over. There we go. It's more of a slider than it is a switch, but it is a switch, obviously. Okay, so that one's set there. That one's set there. I'm a happy camper, so to speak. Getting closer. Now let's, oh, to get these connected, that's the confusing part, right? So somewhere in the installation here, these are both females. I'm wondering, and I don't have it, but was there a... No, there wasn't, because I must have added them in. This cable must go back to the head unit. The only one that goes to another amp is the subwoofer, which I have a 500 watt amp connected to that from the output of the imprint. Okay, things are getting clearer now. I'm gonna have to get a patch cord to go from the front and the rear back to the head unit to make that circuit complete, just like here. I'm gonna have to connect a patch cord to mate these two connectors together to complete that loop, that circuit. And then I'm going to come back and test the unit out to see if that's corrected my audio issues.